Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Reading and Read this Monday morning, this wet and rainy Monday morning. I hope you had a great weekend. Matthew chapter 18, verse 33. Jesus continues and says these words to his disciples. Should you not also have had mercy on your fellow slave in the same way that I had mercy on you? So the king is speaking to the slave who was unwilling to offer mercy to the slave who owed him money. And he choked him and he threw him into prison. And now this slave is standing before the king, and the king is saying to this slave, should you not have had mercy on your fellow slave in the same way that I had mercy on you? And that's the question. Should this slave have had mercy because he had been shown mercy? Is that the right process? Have you ever been in your car and you let someone out in front of you, and then just a little bit down the road, they then let someone else out in front of them, and it almost seems like you snowball the process of what it is to do the good thing, to do the right thing, to do the generous thing, to show an element of compassion and insight for the benefit of other people. And you kind of release something that is positive in your world, and it affects the lives of other people. And likewise, when you don't let people out, therefore, it's almost like it spoils the environment that you're in, because you start to think, oh, I should have let him out really, but you just didn't want to because you was in a hurry or something. And there's this sense of you never gave yourself the opportunity to release something good in that moment. And Jesus is talking about this king who was really generous to this slave, and he let him off these 10,000 talents, all of that money, all of that that was owed. And yet this slave, having been given this immense blessing, did not. He refused to release the same blessing upon his fellow slave. And there is a need for us to transform and capture every moment. In every situation of your life, no matter what it is, you will have the opportunity to make a choice. You might not have a lot of time to make it, but you will have a choice. You'll have a choice to do the right thing or the wrong thing. Now, as Christians, God is wanting us to do the right thing. And the right thing is what God would do in that situation if God was in you at that time. Well, and as a Christian, God is with you in that moment, in that time. And what you need to do is to let him out of you. And the only way you're going to let him out of you is if you die to self and live for God. So it's like everything in you that makes you want to not do the good thing, you need to die to, and you need to let everything in you that's God reflective live out of you. And when you do that, there is something that happens to the atmosphere and the environment that you're living in that moment. And you'll live a much healthier life, and your days will be filled with much more joy if you allow yourself to let the God in you live out of you. And this is what Jesus is talking about today. Just to let you know that we begin the new Proverbs with Paul in the afternoon today, and sometime this afternoon on location you will receive a video. And if you want to be part of that, then just accept the invitation that you've received, and you can share in that ministry as well. Have a wonderful day, be blessed, and stay dry.